Hey everyone, James here again, and as you know, the industry is changing faster than ever, so I thought we'd take a few minutes and talk about what might happen in 2020. "2020 is officially a week underway, and to be honest with you, this is one of my favorite parts of the entire year, because right now, at the beginning of January, anything is possible. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the music business over the next 12 months, but I can assure you it will completely change the way we look at the business of music. Just look at the last decade. We went from the dawn of social media, to the dawn of streaming, to the boom in vinyl sales, to the boom in cassette sales, to the boom in festivals. Everything is changing all the time, and 2020 will be no different. But I have a few guesses about what might happen, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And just so we're clear, these ideas are not coming out of thin air. I work in the music business, and I have for the last decade. Right now, I do a little bit of artist management, a little bit of music journalism, and my full-time role is as the Director of Customer Engagement at Holix, the industry's leading promotional distribution platform, which you can learn more about in the description below. But right now, I'm going to tell you what I think is going to happen this year in music. So let's get right to it. First things first, I think we're going to spend a lot more time in 2020 discussing mental health in the entertainment business. If you recall, in May of last year, Billboard released an article based on a study that said 73% of independent musicians suffer from mental health problems. And if you look at other people in the industry, whether that be on the professional side or the artist side, that percentage probably holds true in pretty much every area. There is a lot of mental health struggles in the music industry, and it has cost us some really talented people in recent years. The one side effect of that loss is that people are talking about it more and more, and I think in 2020, that trend is going to continue. We're going to see more discussions about it, we're going to see more songs about it, more videos about it, more panels at music conferences, and hopefully some actual change to the business of music. Part of that is going to be breaking the cycle of 24/7 engagement, which we're going to get to in a few minutes. But right now, I just want to make it clear that mental health is very important, and people in the music industry are finally starting to take notice of just how much we need to do more to help people live healthier, less mentally exhausting lives. With that said, I think in 2020 we're going to see more involvement with fans and less with social media, or as I like to say, more fans, less followers. For the last decade, we've been obsessed with social media, and it's really starting to wear on musicians' mental health and just their passion for this industry in general. Everyone is expected to be on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and a number of other platforms, be it Snapchat or YouTube or something else altogether, TikTok, for example. But musicians don't have time. In addition to posting original content to all of those platforms, they also are expected to write and record music, make merchandise, book shows, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's just overwhelming. People don't have time to just live the lives that inspire the art that you want them to create. So I think in 2020, we're going to see artists become more and more aware of this, and as a result, they will start to pull back from social media. Instead of posting all the time and just drowning out into the white noise of social media conversation, artists should be posting less with more impactful results. When an artist takes some time away from a platform and then starts posting when they have a big announcement or in the lead up to a big announcement, they tend to see a big boom in engagement, and that's ultimately more valuable for artists. Also, I think we'll see more engagement with things like mailing lists, where an artist has direct one-on-one interaction with people who are invested in their music. Having a lot of people on Twitter is nice, but unless those followers can be converted into ticket buyers and people who pay for music or stream music online, they're ultimately just taking up an artist's time. So this year, artists are going to be focusing more on their fans, the people who are making an involved, focused effort on helping their career ahead, and worry less about everyone else. Third, I predict we'll see more musicians embrace the world of podcasting. Podcasting has been having a boom for the last several years, and many art forms have already figured out that it can be a great way to not only build fans, but to harness the power of your community for success. Take comedians, for example. There are countless comedians who, prior to launching their podcast, were having trouble selling out clubs on a regular basis, but are now selling out theaters thanks in large part to the community that they have been able to grow through their podcasting efforts. Joe Rogan is a great example of this. So is Ari Shaffir, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, Liza Schlesinger, Whitney Cummings. It goes on and on and on. Comedians have cracked this code, and I think in 2020, musicians will do the same. There are several artists who have made podcasts where they interview other musicians, but we haven't really seen a ton of groups make a podcast just about their band and the community around that. In 2020, I think we'll see a change. I think we'll see more musicians giving podcasting a chance, bringing fans into their process, and also just getting to know their fans and building community through a podcast built around what they're doing musically. Fourth, I think we're going to see a rise in niche music festivals. And by that I mean music festivals that cater to one specific genre. Over the last several years, as festival season has really expanded to cover the entire year, there have been a lot of high-profile events that have folded or taken years off simply because they weren't selling enough tickets. And one of the reasons for this is that the market is saturated, and another reason is that a lot of these festivals all offer the same thing. They have a diverse palette that features a little bit of everything that's popular, and they basically book all the same artists in just different cities or different regions across the country. Now that approach has worked for a long time, and if you're a hot, big festival like Coachella or Bonnaroo, it's no doubt going to keep working because that's what people expect. But young festivals are going to do far better if they focus on a specific niche, a specific area of music. Danny Wimmer Presents is the production company behind all of the big rock festivals in America, like Aftershock. They've done a great job of building communities in regions that love rock music that are dedicated to coming out to their events every year because they offer the most stacked lineup of rock talent you can see for hundreds of miles. And I think that other genres could benefit from similar festivals all over the country. More EDM festivals, more country festivals, more folk, more Americana, even pop festivals. A little bit of segmentation isn't a bad thing. It can allow for a community around a genre to be stronger and for more people to come together and actually make friends and feel connected to an event. Where an event like Bonnaroo has a little bit of everything and everyone comes for their own specific thing, rock festivals, for example, bring together rock fans who want to rock. It's very simple, there's a lot of commonality, and that harvests community. And I think if festivals want to survive, they need that kind of community. They need people to want to come back to see all their friends who like the same things they like, and that's what niche festivals offer. So if you see more of those in 2020, don't be surprised. On the press side of things, I'm predicting that we see a large surge of non-traditional media getting a lot of attention. Have you heard of Hot Ones? It's a YouTube series hosted by Sean Evans where he interviews celebrities while they eat hot wings. It's very simple, it's very silly, and it produces a ton of great content. Not only do people get these long-form interviews with celebrities that they love, but they get to see them in this situation where it brings out their true personality. You get to see that DJ Khaled can't handle hot wings, and you get to see how he reacts as he realizes he's struggling to handle the heat from these hot wings, and answering questions about his new music. It's giving you a lot of stuff at once. And while we'll always love music blogs and music publications, and I don't think they'll ever go anywhere, we'd be lying if we said that music blogs are the best way to promote your music. These days, finding original ideas in terms of promotion is the best bet to getting consumer engagement. So if you see more music channels popping up that are trying to do something like Hot Ones or something else altogether, or maybe it's like Digital Tour Bus does Bus Invaders where they go in and they tour somebody's van or their bus or their trailer or whatever, that kind of content is going to get a lot more attention in 2020 because people want something different. They want something new, they want something unique, they want something that nobody else can offer. And if you're a member of the press, you need to be trying to do that. And if you're a band, you need to be looking for people who are doing those things. So non-traditional media is the way to go when you want to promote something this year. I also think we're going to see the war on streaming royalties rage throughout 2020. And by that I mean artists want more money per song stream. But there's a few problems with this. For starters, let's think about how much we pay for streaming services. If Spotify is $10 a month, that means you're spending $120 per year to access all the music you care to listen to. Now, per song stream, artists are making about 0.006 cents every time you listen to a track. But in order for that number to go up, streaming companies need to be making more money from consumers. So unless you're willing to pay more per month, it's going to be hard to justify artists getting more money per song stream. There's also the fact that there's a problem in music streaming that doesn't happen in other areas of streaming. Netflix and Amazon, for example, can charge different prices because they offer different things. Netflix exclusives are not available on Amazon. Therefore, Netflix has this thing that they can offer consumers that nobody else can offer, and they can set a price that reflects that. In music streaming, every service has the same stuff. There's no exclusivity in the world of music. So whoever has the lowest price is going to get the most consumers. That's just simple economics. And I don't see a way that we can get around that. So as a result, the arguments and an endless conversation around streaming and how much people make and how much they should be making is just going to continue until some federal agency steps in and demands a change, or artist protests, or some service comes along that has a different solution, something that differentiates it from the rest of the marketplace. But right now, that doesn't exist. So until then, we're just going to keep fighting about it. And if I could say one thing that I absolutely know is going to happen in the music industry this year, without a doubt, guaranteed to happen, is that we are going to make a ton of content right here at Music Biz. So take a moment right now and click the subscribe button. It's right there below. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps us have more time and more money and more opportunities to give you great content. I'm going to Los Angeles next week. I'm going to try to make some content while I'm there, and your subscriptions help make that possible. So please take a few moments and click the subscribe button. And if you've already done that, thank you so much, because this is only possible with your support. And if you're not ready yet, that's okay too, but I do say one thing at the end of every video. I'm gonna say it right here because it's absolutely true. Whether you join us or you don't join us, whether you pursue a career in music or you think it's too much right now, at the very, very least, take care of yourself because you deserve it.